it's all about value. Because don't tell me you can't pay me this amount, but you driving whatever car that you driving, with whatever shoes on that you wearing, with whatever purse that you gone on. What up, creative people? Welcome back to another episode of the Creatives Are Essential podcast. I thought we were on episode 10. They say we were on episode 9. Anyway, here we are. My name is Christina.
I'm Mark Lee.
Des.
Joe, walk on, friends.
Yeah, man, we got the whole squad in the building today.
Sorry, that just threw me off.
How were your weekends?
My weekend was cool. I mean, I didn't really do anything exciting, but just edit some videos for work.
So playing Frisbee with us wasn't exciting?
I forgot about that.
Okay.
That was actually the highlight of my week.
It was a pretty uneventful, boring weekend.
No, that was cool.
I didn't hang out with anybody that I like or care about.
That was cool, though. We should do that some more.
Yeah, we were a group of black adults going to a park to play Frisbee. So screw you, racism.
What was our name that you came up with for our?
We're not gonna go.
Wait, what's the name?
The name of the
Nope.
No.
Okay.
That's for Creators Are Essential Uncut.
Because I have no clue what this name was.
You
But
were
all right.
there, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Tell me after.
That's
Talk
funny.
offline.
No, but it was dope though. Dez's birthday was on Thursday last week. So
Gang, gang.
Yes.
She
She
wanted
old
to,
now.
for her party. She wanted to do a Frisbee day, a field day. So that's what we did. Yeah, it was pretty fun, man.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Last year in my 20s, so.
How you feel?
You know, so it's all good. I think I don't mind it because I don't look it.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's
She's
not
confident.
Like, dang.
right. She's like,
I don't.
I mean, I don't look it.
And nobody can tell me otherwise.
yeah, no, you don't look it.
When it comes to the 30s, like, do you guys feel like that's a monumental thing? Like, is that like scary to y'all or anything?
I wouldn't say it's scary, but I'm just like, I know that in my mind, there's a place that I want it to be by the time I'm 30.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the clock is ticking on that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, like I just turned 28. So I have another 2 years to like get ish together before 30.
Benchmarks don't help.
Yeah, I think for me, 26 was rough. 26, I was literally like,
That's
Why?
random.
That was
don't
very
know.
random and specific.
She didn't even get the answer yet.
Which
Oh,
age
I'm
is
sorry.
y'all worst age?
no, I was getting there. 26 for me was hard. I was just like, man, what am I doing with my life? But then 30, I was like, oh, I think I like it. I'm coming into myself, knowing who I am, my desires, my wants, what I won't put up with. So I think 30 for me, when I turned 30, not too long ago, I actually enjoyed it. We're not gonna count.
Last time I checked.
I was a little confused at first.
But you'll be there soon. You'll be there.
I mean,
look it.
I think for me, when I turned 30, for some reason, I don't know what it was, my pants started to shrink. Like, I don't know, something happened with my dryer.
I can tell you what happened.
Like, at
You
30,
started
your
eating
pants
more.
start to shrink. No. It wasn't me. It was Vince.
I swear. it was the dryer. I promise.
Wow.
You said
my
something
God.
though. You said when you turned 30, you realized what you weren't going to deal with anymore.
Yeah, I think in a sense of like relationships or
That's good.
like work, like knowing my value, what not to settle for in terms of compensation, just life as a whole.
That's a whole.
Like,
Yeah.
That's a whole
kind of
conversation.
feel
right
like
there.
a grown up. Like I'm here.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna take this crap no more.
Exactly. I'm not gonna take it no more.
Yeah,
What's
for
that
real
from?
though.
Is that from something?
No.
You saw me look at you. I'm like, yeah. Totally missed that.
You're not going to take it.
Tell me the reference, please.
We'll talk about that offline as well.
We'll have a footnote on the
Right.
on the
But
episode.
going back to what you said, like there's an opportunity that came up. I told you there was an opportunity that came up this weekend to shoot with someone who is
Oh yeah.
a household name, I'd say. But I think I've just gotten to a point in my life and my career where if the money ain't right, like I'm not running behind, you know, trying to get like exposure. Like
Right.
I hate that. I hate the whole like.
Yeah.
I think there's a season in your career for that. You know, trying to get your name out there and all that stuff. But that it's come and gone for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, you know, like if you can't, they're like, you know, like it's a little out of my budget. I'm like, that's cool because I had plans.
Yeah.
So you know,
Like
That's great.
20s are for exposures, 30s are for
I'm
checks.
still in my 20s and we off that.
No, like it. I love it.
We off that.
No, but what you said. Oh, you was gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say Christina texted me when she heard from the people or whatever, the same thing she was just talking about, and I sent her the GIF.
That's another debate. We'll put that in
The animation.
on IG.
The moving videos.
GIF or GIF.
But I was like, I put it the little car, like people racing. I'm like, bet, like, you know, let's go. But then, you know, she told me the whole, like the money, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I didn't want
You
to.
was ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm like hops in car.
Yeah, and even
Oh,
like
man.
to that point, like have you guys, like when you first started doing like all the stuff that we do, I guess like in the creative realms and stuff like that, like you said like there's a season to like, you know, to do things for exposure or to you know, kind of get your feet under you doing projects maybe for free or like at a very discounted price. Like, what was that season like for you guys? I'm not like early work. I'm talking about the flyer, party flyer.
Shut up. Club flyers.
Christina used to do the cutouts of the women with the butts.
I never did. I never did that. But it was like, hey, $50 for one side, $75 for two sides. You
Big
definitely got what you paid for. But, you know, back then I'm like, I'm rich.
Right?
I
Yeah.
was all of 17, 18 years old. What did that season look like for me? I mean, I just feel like at that time, I was charging less for things, but I was trying to gain knowledge and experience,
Yeah.
you know, like on the fly. So a lot of people got what they paid for.
Right.
You know, like it wasn't the greatest work, but I was definitely trying to take on as much as I could for the sake of like learning, you know, the ins and outs of what
Yeah.
I was doing, video shoots, designs, photo shoots, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think, I mean, especially for the times, now we live in a digital age where everything is so like in your face. You know, you're constantly competing with so many people now that social media has taken over.
Tons more competition.
But back then it was kind of like, for the time it was, you know, it was dope. I think for me, the older I got, obviously the more bills and the more value I put towards my time.
Yeah.
Like, because I would rather like turn down a project
Oh, absolutely.
and still just have
I'm
that time
quick.
for my mental health and just to relax, as opposed to like just taking a job just to get a couple $100. Like if it's not worth the time and effort I'm putting in, I will gladly say
Agreed.
That's
no.
good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
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 I think I know for me, like I always had a thing like it was like, okay, I'm gonna do stuff, and I did do things for free, but I guess more so like I bartered a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, hey, I'll do, you know, these pictures or this video for you, and you can, you know, repay me by doing this thing or whatever. But again, I think the motivation was to have opportunities to do stuff, to grow in what
Right.
I was doing. Now, the problem I find is that people will try to keep you in that space
place. Yeah.
for the duration of your career. You know,
Or at
and-
least for, you know, your relationship with them.
Ooh,
It's like, oh yeah,
talk
you
about
can
it.
go ahead and do all the other things and make all the money that you want. But when it comes to you dealing with me,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
keep that
Remember
that
Remember
price.
that one
Let me
time
keep you humble.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's
wow.
like, nah, like if you're really for me, you should want to see me excel
Grow.
and grow.
Yeah.
And that includes raising my price. But that
Yeah.
also means that what the product that you're getting is going to be better at the end of that.
Do you think because you're a creator or you know what it means to actually fully edit a project, do you think you see the value of that more? Whereas if you were just, you know, had another occupation, you would kind of like sympathize with them more to understand where they're coming from. Because for me, like I have friends who are all videographers, photographers, whatever the case is. So, and because I know the work that I put into it, when I do it, for me, I'm not gonna like hesitate to pay you what you're worth,
Right.
or what your prices are. Things
So
that
many
make you go,
thoughts. So many thoughts.
Well, let me say this. I'm appreciative of like the crew we have here because I think we work so well together. And I
Yeah.
think we all appreciate what we do and we help each other on each other's stuff.
Right.
You know,
So I don't got the money to pay y'all.
but I think that's one thing, you know, thank God we were able to have that. Not everybody has that.
Right.
But I do think
Rare.
it is important though to put an emphasis on paying people what they're worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I know for me, like there have been times where like somebody I know, I'll give them like a discount, but because I wanted to.
right.
Right.
Like,
You're not gonna
don't-
make me give you a
Yeah.
discount.
Exactly.
It don't
You're
work
not
that
going to
way.
come over here and be like, I can't get the friend, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't like you that much.
Yeah, that just
Yeah.
irritated me.
Like-
We ain't
did you
friends.
see Doug's face?
Like, yeah,
It's
nah,
just
bro.
scratching the ear. Like,
Like-
yeah, that really bothered her.
It's like,
Sound went out in this year.
I'm allergic to this. Mm-mm.
I'm allergic to the free.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
There's just a time in a season,
Yeah,
man.
man.
And people will, like you said, look, whoever, one of y'all said it, people will literally try to like keep you
Yeah.
at that place, and you have to know how to like break out of that. I have that conversation with my mom often because my mom's an event planner, and I watch how much she works at these events. Y'all too have been there.
Yeah.
You've
Facts.
seen like the stuff that she
Bro.
does. It is months and months of planning, and she has clients that she's had for years. But every time they go to work with her, they're expecting the price of the last one. And I'm like,
Right.
but you know she can produce.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so like, why should she not be allowed to grow financially in this? Because, I mean, you see the work.
Yeah.
You see the work, and this is a career just like whatever it is that you do. You want to make sure that you have money too. So I'm just not here for like people trying to try you.
Yeah.
You know, like I will quickly walk away from something if it's not right, because, and granted, I'm not, you know, making as much as I probably could. I'm still like working my way there, but like we off the like
Yeah.
few hundred,
Yeah.
you know.
Listen.
And I
Oh.
I just
Rock, paper, scissors.
Go ahead.
And I was gonna say, like, I'll even throw in there the fact that we're black. I find that
Yeah.
a lot of times when it's black owned business, whatever it is, it's like, oh, but can I get a discount? Can I? But this is people's like livelihood,
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I got
this
bills
is-
to pay.
right?
That's
Like, why
facts.
do you feel like you need a discount? Like, how is that okay?
Yeah.
You know,
Do
what I
you
mean?
go to Publix and ask for a discount?
No.
No, they just wait for the coupons to come out.
Gotta get that coupon book.
Well, I don't got a coupon book.
But I'll say this: like I've had experiences, but like literally that exact same scenario where it's like, okay, this is the package. I need a 50% deposit, you know, to secure the the spot. And they're like, I shouldn't even have to pay that because, you know, we've
Why
been cool
not?
for whatever. And
Why?
I'm like, wait. You got bills like I got bills, right?
Right.
And so I got bills to pay. That's
Because
and then-
what happens
but
when you want to
s-
cancel?
But the thing where I appreciate though is that light went off in them, and they were like, you know what, you're right. You're right. So I'll send it, you know, right away. Fix your face.
Sorry.
She's like all types of annoyed right now.
Yeah.
They're not here, and they've been enlightened.
You know, this is actually turning into a therapy session. Just tell us your
Tell us
feelings.
what's going on with you.
Hey, but real talk, man. If you can't afford something, then you don't need it. Like
Yeah.
you can't, like at the end, like when it comes down to it, we all like, you know, like certain things that we might not have the money for right now. That doesn't mean you go and, you know, get a credit card and max it out and so you can have it.
True.
No. If you can't afford it, you don't need it right now.
Here's my problem though. It's all about value.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't tell me you can't pay me this amount to make sure that you have the highest quality product, but you driving whatever car that you driving, with whatever shoes on that you wearing,
you
with
want.
whatever purse that you gone on. So like, okay, you value a certain thing and that's fine. You may not value what I'm doing, but that's your business.
Right.
You know, because I'm not going to come down to meet you where you are when you need to come up, because you don't ask Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Mercedes or Jordan. Hello.
Jumpman.
You know, for discounts. Save that.
Yeah.
You can walk around here with some $1,000 sneakers.
I think I'm not
Can't
trying
pay
to.
this deposit.
Well, go
Right.
ahead and make your video with your phone. Exactly.
Deposit.
I'm not trying to get like super spiritual, but like the Bible says, like, you know, a prophet isn't honored in his own land.
Yeah.
And I think it boils down to a lot of times familiarity.
Yeah.
So saying that to say, without going into too many details, because we're not trying to, you know,
Step
and,
on
I
you know,
got stories, bro. I got
But-
stories.
So you guys know here, for those of you watching, my girlfriend, she makes earrings, and I literally watch her sit in front, you know, at the dinner table for hours making them, because they're all handmade. You got to bake them, you got to do all these things, and she'll constantly get these messages where people are like, "Oh, can I get them? I saw that you're selling this pair for $27. Can I maybe get a discount?" And I see how much that hurts and offends her,
Yeah.
because the time that she takes and she puts into them.
Yeah.
It's basically saying your work isn't good enough for
Exactly.
the price that you're
Right.
asking for. So the price that
And they're
I'm
not even
asking
that
for,
expensive.
that's what I'm saying. Why am I getting upset? I'm sorry, Mike. Mark, go
So
ahead.
what was funny about it is, you guys saw the video too. I was like, you know what? This has inspired me. So I went on TikTok and I made like this TikTok with the, what's that? Do the hustle. Do the,
Off of Fresh Prince?
yeah, Fresh Prince. And I put, when your friends, something along the lines of when your friends ask for that homeboy discount, and I put like real friends would pay full price.
Yeah.
And the amount of messages I got in my inbox, like, thank you. Like, thank you for posting this and like showing people like this is what like we as creatives do.
Yeah.
And it was all inspired. But for me, I just posted it just to kind of support her. And so a few of those people could watch it.
Right.
But I was really surprised at how many people inboxed me and
Yeah.
were like, thank you so much.
You know, it's crazy though. I posted it on Creators Are Essential, and someone in the comments was like, "Real friends would give you the discount." And I was like, you know what? This comment section is not the time or the place to deal
Right.
with you the way that I want to deal
Turns
with you.
off comments.
Because I responded once, and then they responded again, and I was like, never mind.
But it's like,
Yeah.
and I think that's the problem, because people assume that because you're friends, they're entitled to it.
right.
Yeah.
Let me offer that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
You
like,
know, one thing that I
That's my
respect
call.
about y'all is when Creatives Are Essential, when the merch came out, not one of you asked me for a discount.
Facts.
Everybody paid full price.
Yeah.
This man, the day that it came out, maybe like the first hour, bought the entire collection.
Yeah.
hey,
For
talk
full
about my
price.
pockets. Let me hold it down.
But I respected that, you know, like, and like all of you have done that. So it's like, I just don't understand the.
I think real friends support. Like,
Yeah.
I
Right.
think, and you can support with your finances. Now, I understand if you say, man, that's a little steep, I don't think I can do it, period.
I respect that.
Period. And I can get with that. But if I want to give you, that's my call. If I want to give you a
Right.
discount, that's on me.
Right.
And sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I won't. And so honestly, and even for that like reasons, I don't like to always work with people I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like because of
Man.
that.
Yeah.
Like depending on who you are, I might go because you might have taken care of me several times before, you know, but you know, if you're just like, hey, we went to the same high school or we go to the same church or we work together.
Yeah.
And
Like, okay.
Like, but do you talk to me at those places?
oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
we
even if we
interact?
do though.
But you know
like-
what we have differently? Bills.
I think it's good what you said. You're like we support each other, and it can be financially. But I
Yeah.
think also like time, you know what I mean? Because even
Right.
like with one another, if one has, you know, something that they're working on, yeah, we may not be able to pay each other right now, but we help or support with our
we all-
time.
our
Yeah.
time
You know
and
what I
our
mean?
talents. We
Yeah.
all like whatever somebody is working on. We all like rally around that
Yeah.
one thing. Like, hey, how can we like be a resource to you?
Yeah.
Do you think sorry Mark,
good.
do you think that the reason do you think that the reason people try to like downsell you is because they don't think that your work is all that hard?
Oh, that's a good.
I
Say
think
it again.
I think in certain
For the people in the back.
And
For the people right here.
I mean, they did.
Like this was just a thought that came to me. Like, what if people are like, trying to get a discount because they don't think that what you do is all that hard to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard people say like, man, it must be great to be a photographer. All you have to do is press a button.
Yeah, okay. Let me be quiet.
No, speak your truth.
Obviously not, because,
Like, but like, I remember seeing a post, like, what you don't see is the years of watching videos and learning about
education,
this and educating myself, like trying to perfect my editing skills, even dealing with people. Like, that's a whole skill you have to learn when, especially like in photography, like how to direct people and how to do, like, there's a lot that goes into that.
I saw
and
a post.
Reduced it down to pressing a button.
But even if you are good at it and efficient, I saw a post that said it took me 10 years or whatever to be able to do this thing in 3 days. You are paying me for that 10 years. You're not paying me for the 3 days.
That's facts.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
Because even photography, video, the amount of, how much money I've put into what I do? How, like, if I were to, y'all know how much.
Listen, this camera we recording on right now, you know how much money this costs? We're not going to say it. But
A lot.
It wasn't cheap.
These mics, they ain't free.
They not.
These
this
booms,
light that we got in here,
it ain't
the
free.
software it takes, the
Come on.
memory cards.
This board,
the subscription to the editing software,
which is a
which
nuisance.
is buggy. Get it together, Adobe.
And also sponsor us if you want to.
Yes, please. But also we love
He
you.
didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
we say Adobe?
But like the lenses, the computers, like my computer was like $3,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My cameras together are about $8,000. The lenses that I have are about another $5-6,000. Like it's money.
Yeah.
That you put into the office that we're in, so I can sit down and focus on whatever project.
Yeah.
That like it takes money, and people don't account for all that. They just see, like you have a flexible schedule and you're doing like you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
I always tell them, like, listen, while you're home with your family, eating dinner with your wife and your kids, or watching whatever show you guys watch, what am I doing? Like, I'm up editing while you're sleeping, more than likely. So that's an investment, and that's time I'm taking. I think more than the money, it's your time.
It's the time. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, like we already know. Oh, he be up till like 3 o'clock in the morning every
I like how
night.
you knew exactly.
Every night. This man is like operating on maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep every day.
Yeah.
And he's always editing and shooting.
It's
and
not
editing
healthy.
and shooting.
No, it's not.
It's not healthy,
It's
and we
not.
want better for you.
I talked to him
Absolutely.
about that yesterday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But,
nah, bro.
but listen, he deserves to be paid for what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Like,
And he is good at what he does.
absolutely.
Yes.
So don't come with the foolery, guys. Just, like,
I have a
Not
question.
you guys specifically.
right.
I have a question
know
for
y'all
y'all
straight.
though. At what point did you know that it was time to come out of that season of doing things for exposure? When did it start to click for you, like, I'm valuable?
For me, I'm gonna say. Oh, did you? Want
I was just about
I'm so
no, but
sorry.
you go.
No, I was gonna say like I got like a mentor, some mentors in the photography business, and they were like asking me, okay, how much do you charge for a shoot, and how many pictures are they getting for that amount of money? And when it came down to, it's so embarrassing. Like every time I think back on it, it's like how much for the amount of pictures they got and the price that I was giving them. Each of my pictures was worth $1 when you did the math.
Yeah.
And so he looked at me. He's like, "So are you telling me your pictures are only worth $1?"
Yes.
And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Bro, like from a experienced photographer in the business, been doing this for a while, your pictures are worth way more than what you're charging."
Yeah.
And so now you have to learn how to work smarter and not harder.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just going through everything and picking the ones that I like the most. Like, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I just take all the ones I like and send them to him. Like, nah, bro. they got to pay for those. Like you have to create packages and this and that. So I think that was like, I don't even remember like how long ago that was, but it was really when I got like I was an official business. Like I had my LLC. And so that's when it started for me. Like I was just like, okay, it's like you're doing this at a level that people want it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like a hobby, you know? So that was it for me.
That's good. I think for me, maybe like the top of this year, I actually stopped doing things for free, like with products and partnering and stuff like that. And, you know, put myself out there to get paid for stuff. And even that was, Christina knows, like that was weird for me because it's like, you know, hey, I can do this and here's a dollar amount. Like it's weird. But I think the end or the middle of last year, I what is it, like an app or something like that where like they send me like beauty products and I would just post it. And like the compensation was the product.
Yeah.
And like I remember just being so like, okay,
That's
like,
it.
I don't want this.
that's it. Right. I'm not even gonna use this. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think for me it's like, you know.
I mean, at least they gave it to you. I'm sure there was some people that was just like, hey, post my product, please. For free.
Oh, like for me to buy it?
No, just for free. Like they just want you to do it because they see your followers or something like that.
Yeah. That's what it was.
You said, this was for free, but like
they'll give me the product, and I have to post
ship
it.
it to her.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Also,
My fault.
you're saying that they wouldn't give her the product?
Like just send
No,
her
I
like
was saying at least they did give it to her, but like I'm thinking like some people would just be like, "Can you just post it?" And not even like.
Give you the- gotcha.
we're gonna send you
But
the
I mean, I guess
file.
even still, that was
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
this face is like. Were you even listening?
So I just want to say this. We're not saying that doing anything for free is bad.
No.
We're
Right.
just saying as a creator, you should have the power and the freedom to choose what you want to do for free.
yeah.
And also know
Or
your
at
worth.
a discount. Yeah. At
Yeah.
a discount
And
price.
there is a season where do as much as you can. You know, build up depending on what what you're in. Even if it's discounted, and it don't always have to be free, but do as much as you can to build up, portfolio or whatever. But after that, it's time to like you shouldn't be in that season for like 5 years.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's like, when are you gonna come up out of that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
5 weeks was enough.
I'm 5 weeks.
Yeah, and then post a picture. And it was just so unfulfilling. You know what I mean?
It look like?
Like buy this, guys. Like, no.
I think for me in that regard, I'm a quick learner. So the first client I ever had, I think I'm just gonna throw out numbers. They had a budget of I think $800, and
That was a good first.
Yeah.
for the first one,
That's
let me say
good.
the money was great, but I had a second shooter, so
Oh, yeah.
part of that portion
Yeah.
went to them. But I remember it was like the turnaround time was a week. And I remember the amount of work that went into actually going on location, setting up, filming. I think we did like maybe 5 takes, and then getting back home, having just a week to turn around that video, editing, color grading, audio correction, and then we were next to a major highway. So like, it's
The
all you heard is
audio.
motorcycle audio. So much time went into it, and I was like, you know what? I knew going into this particular job that it should have been like a $1,500 price tag associated with it. I will never again for the amount of work. And let's not talk about edits because I would have to send them version 1 and they'll come back with like a page of edits. And this is my first job.
Just dealing with people.
So I'm not like going to say no. But
Okay, buddy.
it's okay. Give her a hug, please. Hug her.
Can you get the Creators Are Essential tissues?
But just the amount of like editing and like revisions, I learned in that moment. I was like, I will never sell myself short, and I'll never
Or yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yourself or yourself.
I will never sell myself short.
like,
Hey,
Mark's
listen,
house,
guys.
all of his cupboards are down here. All my my short selves.
That's it.
Des was like,
I didn't do well in speech class, okay? But thank you for rocking with me.
See,
Thank you
I
for
was rocking
encouraging
with you. It's the dark skin thing.
myself. Oh, we're gonna cut that part out.
what was our frisbee league? We won't.
So
Nah, but I say like just working with people, like you have to charge appropriately because with people's money comes their expectations.
Yeah,
You know, and
absolutely.
And I mean, even if you're doing stuff on a discount, like just be mindful of that because not everybody is the easiest to work with. Like I've had
Yeah.
people that are just super easy. Like they let me do whatever I want. You know, like hey, I know this is the end goal.
right.
But there are people who, for the same price, or people who are just difficult who will also want a discount. I'm like, the two don't even like
Right.
mix.
It's like, hey, I want it cheap, I want it fast, and I want it good. It's
Listen,
like those
That's a
don't work.
unicorn.
They don't work.
That's
those don't go
a
together.
leprechaun.
Nah.
Like it doesn't even that doesn't
like
even
John
exist. It's a mermaid. You know, like there's a lady who will literally like once a year like send me a text trying to get me to work with her, and like at this point I don't even respond anymore because not only do you always want a discount, but you are just that difficult to work with. And if you're watching this, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else.
Someone else. If you think it's you, it's not
It's
you.
not you. But literally, it's like it's not even worth the time. Like you said, the time, your time and your energy ultimately have to become like the highest,
Yeah.
you know, priority, even over the money.
So this is. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is not my story, but this is a friend of mine's. So he gave. No, it's not. It's not my story. I promise. It's not
Oh,
mine.
okay.
Okay.
That's what people always say, and it's really
Oh,
about
yeah. Well, you guys know him, but we're not gonna say any names.
Is his name Clark?
All right, so I had a friend. This is not my story, I promise, guys. I have a friend who I think he charged it was like $150 for an hour shoot, and right at the end, I think it was like 50 minutes. So you know he's getting ready to wrap up the shoot. They were like, before you finish, can you take a picture of these people as well? It was only scheduled to be a shoot between him and one client, one person's. But because they had the 10 minutes left, they figured, oh, let me do it like a family shoot.
No. First of all, where did your family come from?
It was just us this whole time.
I'm trying to think of who he's talking about.
People
What?
manifested.
Wait.
No, it's okay.
But it was crazy to me. And we were just like, bro, you already gave them a discount. Like, you have to, like, almost specify everything in these
Yeah.
contracts.
Oh,
Yes, you
contract.
do.
Because you're just a person with the camera.
Yeah.
So it's just so
In their
simple
mind,
to
yeah.
just take more pictures.
Nah, Sway.
To all the creatives out there, listen, if you're doing shoots, get a service agreement that
Bruh.
people can sign. Okay, that's going to be important so that the expectations are covered on both ends. Only do a certain amount of rounds of edits. You know what I mean? If they want something fixed, say like you get maybe 1 or 2 rounds of edits. So you're not just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until, you know, you're 3 months down the line and you're still not done with this thing. You get 1 round of edits. You know what I mean? You gotta do this stuff to protect yourself because
Listen.
you need to be able to do a job and be done with it and move
Right.
on.
To the next.
Yeah, because when it starts to linger, you're essentially losing money.
Unless you're employed by an organization and
Right.
you don't,
Yeah.
you
That's
don't have any
That's
of those
different.
options.
But if you're freelancing, bro, like designate all the stuff, all the expectations in a document and have the people sign it.
because they will try it.
Get the deposit first, right?
Yes, get the deposit first. please.
So when should they get the second half?
Get a deposit. I do my deposits upon arrival, of the shoot.
Yeah.
The remainder of the amount. So, like, all the money has been collected before we even start a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people will do their best to like have something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you're
You
not getting
ain't
this second
do
half
it.
until you.
You ain't do it the way I wanted it.
Right.
So, no.
And that's where watermarks come into play.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For, I know everybody's like industry is a little bit different, but yeah, like when it comes to photo video, I always get my money up front. But when it comes to like design, I'll take a deposit and then get the rest after, because then you can put like a watermark on the design, where it's kind of harder to do that with, you know, video after you've spent all this time working on it, and people just
They play the video. It's like Christina,
Christina Jones Productions.
It's like music bed. Like, dang, gotta renew my subscription.
I've had
That's
some.
funny.
Contracts are so important, or just an understanding. You know, obviously a contract would be great, but again, not everybody is like self-employed or whatever. But just having going into something, having an understanding on both parts of what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
Because listen, if you don't have that in place, or at least in emails going back and forth, so you can say,
Paper
hey,
trail, yeah.
because people,
They'll take you to
I got
court.
all the stories, man.
amnesia.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
I never said that.
Oh.
Well, actually, March 19th at 4:53 p.m. You stated.
See? No.
You gotta keep all the receipts,
Yeah,
man.
For real.
That's crazy.
That's good. That's good.
You had a story. You've been trying not to
even
share.
gonna lie, I'm sitting here thinking like, should I mention the story? I mean, it's not anything deep, but here we go. So, just talking about time, and I think my, what would you call it, like realm? Like you guys do video photography, but mine is a little different.
Your industry,
Right, my industry. That's a good word. An influencer. What was that word I used? Inspirer.
I like
you know. So I have people that ask, hey, if I give you a product or, payment, or have some type of partnership, can we, do business or whatever? But I've had people say like, hey, I have this thing. Can you take the picture in the thing or with the thing and edit it and then give it to me? And I'm like,
that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
but what do I get?
For the product.
Right. And
Do I work for you?
How you helping me? Like, wait a second. And I think my mindset had to shift too. With Christina being my manager and all, it kind of helped me. 10% of nothing.
What's 10% of
10% of the product.
One half of the shirt. But it
shawl today.
but it changed my way of thinking, because I'm like, oh well, I kind of know them, you know what I mean? Like you feel like, well, I can kind of do it for free or whatever. But it's true. It's like my time to think of a creative way to promote your product, take the picture, edit the picture, and then you post it. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like,
They don't even tag you.
right. And it's like, well, what did I get for the amount of time? Like, you're profiting
Off of my time.
off of doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like,
Even if it's one shirt they sell.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I don't like the product, then that's a whole nother story, because it's just kind of like,
yeah.
I'm definitely not doing it
I'm
now.
definitely not doing that again.
A word to the wise, all the clients out there. Tag your people. Tag the people you use. Especially if you've gotten stuff at a discounted or a free.
Oh, for sure.
Like, if you pay full price.
At the
all yours.
bare
Oh, yeah, no, if you pay
minimum.
full
Would you like to
price, I
talk
don't-
about
At the
this,
bare
Joe?
minimum. I just think it's good courtesy. You know what I mean? To make sure you show some love to the
Sound
people
like you
that.
gotten burned before.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like,
It's like,
I
hey-
get tagged.
Yeah.
That's not an issue.
Okay, Miss Fancy Pants. All
Oh.
right. Ooh.
So I've learned a creative, speaking of creatives
Oh,
are
just kidding.
essential. We're going to bring this back in. I've learned a creative way to deflect. Thank you to Christina. So what I do now is, if it's a job where I know somebody is trying to get something for free or at an extremely discounted rate, what I say to them is, hey, you know what? I would love to do this. Unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth to do so. But what I can do is direct you to someone that
Yeah, you
can.
Yeah.
or that might be able to help you. So then when Christina gives them the full price, they're like, whoa, Mark's prices weren't that bad.
Right.
So that's also a creative way to kind of get out of a situation with a friend or
Noted.
Send them to me. I'll give them my price.
Yeah. So where there's no relationship there. So for Christina, she wouldn't feel.
Yeah.
Or Joe, they won't feel like, hey.
I'd love
Yeah,
to help
it's
you
good.
out.
Yeah, sure.
Here you go.
There you go.
Here's my invoice.
$10,000.
That's so true, though.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to curve people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Because they'll hold it against you like, man, like, also he couldn't give me a discount. All right, so you brand new now.
Yeah, and I'm not good with those type of conversations. Like I'm very laughing at me. Like I'm very awkward in the sense of like if I'm done talking.
You're like the queen on The Crown. Just ring the bell.
Yeah, I'm like I'm not good at like
Security. That'll
the
be all.
small talk and the segue from the topic. I'm just like, I'm done. So it's like
the gas tank on the conversation is at E. I have nothing left. So what do you think? Can we work together?
She'll type out Desiree has left the
No.
chat. Send.
No, she'll just
text me that.
She'll just say it on the phone.
oh my goodness.
Desiree has left the chat.
That happened to me Oh my gosh. That happened to me yesterday. And it was just weird because, oh my gosh, I hope they don't listen to this. But it was like, okay, so I was on cameras yesterday and like I was making small talk with, another person, but I was in the bathroom. So I was like washing my hands. Girls, we be talking and stuff like that. And it was like, we do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
I try to go in the bathrooms by myself.
Yeah, I went by myself, but then, you
I know.
meet people.
I go in the bathroom upstairs that nobody's in.
Yeah, I thought I was doing that too, but they found me. Yeah. But it was like, we had a conversation, but I'm not good at the small talk.
Oh, I hate
I
it.
just answer. You know what I mean? Like, so it was just kind of like,
Hey, how are you?
Crickets.
Yes.
and you just hear the door open and close. That was me. I left. I'm like, oh, this was nice. This was great. Okay. Like, I'm not good at it. So if you ask me to do something and I give you my answer and it's still kind of like lingering, I have nothing for you.
Yeah.
So don't ask me to, I just walk away.
Can we practice? Like, can we say like a live?
Okay.
Yes.
So,
let's
hey,
do this.
Des, I have the shirt. I would love for you to take a picture, edit, and then send back to me. Can you do that for me?
I don't think I have the time. I have a lot of things going on right now.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Hold on. When might your schedule free up?
See?
That's
I have nothing. Like, I'm not good in these situations.
Never.
Like,
Schedule? We're talking about schedule.
schedules.
For those of you watching on the audio platforms, you might want to check out YouTube to see Des's facial expressions.
And that's another thing, because my face, like, I try so hard to, but it's just a natural, like,
And I'm the same.
glaze. Like, I
That's
have
what-
nothing.
I'm the same. That's why I've learned to put it on somebody else. And I will gladly be that person for you guys if you don't want to take a project. Just throw it to me.
Okay, so you'll take pictures.
Yes.
No, I'll give them a price that I know they're gonna say no to.
Hey, so Dad's gonna be like, "Hey, your makeup, I know a guy. He can model it really well."
That handbag that you want me to model, I know a guy.
Mark is like, "Hey, child, honey, I'll do your makeup."
But no, going back to what you said, that's true though, because the person who wanted to reach out to or wanted me to shoot something for them over the weekend, I gave them my price and they was like, oh, it's out of my budget. I was like, oh, no worries. I know someone who probably is a little bit more flexible with their schedule and also their prices are a little bit better for you. And this is more so their lane than mine. So like, here's his information. If you like his work, let me know and I'll connect you to. But it ain't gonna be me.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be me.
I just got to figure out who's my person.
Yeah. I don't do makeup, so
Guys,
I
It's not makeup.
Oh well, sorry.
just-
Well,
I know you're not
I'll
just
do anything
makeup.
but makeup and skirts and stuff. We don't do
Right.
that.
We don't do that.
I mean,
right?
but why would you need to deflect?
No, I
to
mean, I'm
somebody
learning.
else?
That's what he said.
I
Well,
think,
in my case,
and that's in his case. I think
Oh,
for
crap.
you just need to learn to say
No.
no.
But the thing
Or
is,
I would love, you know who's good with that? Fits by Rag on Instagram. Shout out to him. He don't tolerate the BS.
yeah, he be posting on his story.
He be
That's
putting
why I
them
got
people
it. Yeah,
on blast.
yes.
For real?
Like you think
Yes.
you gonna just send me-
Screenshot DM.
bruh?
No.
He-
Yes.
Like you think you just gonna send me a product and I'm just gonna promote it for free.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I've worked hard to get the following
Yeah.
that I have, and you're not just gonna capitalize off of that.
Yeah.
But he's real good with curving people.
Yeah. Maybe I'll DM him.
And that's the thing that bothers me. It's just like you said, you work so hard and so long. And
Yeah.
people are just entitled, like, oh, I'm going to send you this. Be like, is it even good? Like, do I
Right.
like the way it feels?
Is it Nike?
You know?
Is it Adidas? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would wear this afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
True. Like, am I gonna use this after I'm
Yeah,
done taking
like-
your
Product I
pictures?
believe in. Yeah.
Oh, but that brings up a topic. So if
Uh-oh.
Nike or Adidas did send you something for free, does it matter on the level of the brand?
oh crap.
Shoot.
I'm not. Oh crap.
I'll take it.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Deflect to me. I'll take it.
I know someone. I think it. I hate to say I think it does, but I think it does.
But I mean, if you think about it, someone that's sending you like they're trying to get their product in front of a certain audience that you have. It's like, so they're trying to come up to you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
So-
Nike's trying to come up to me.
But
I'm
Nike
saying,
they partner with influencers though.
Yeah.
They don't pay them,
Mhm.
but they do partner with influencers.
and also you might believe more in a Nike product than you would random DM that comes by, and you're like, you know what I mean?
With 0 followers and
Oh,
like
I
a
get
random
those.
picture.
and I'd be like, was this for me?
you know who you DM'd, right?
I don't think this is for me. But
I think it does matter though. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. If Nike or Adidas,
Because some of that I feel like is kind of going back to the exposure type deal, because like you're exposing up, not like at the level that you're at. Because some people want you to, do a wedding or do a thing for exposure, but
Right.
like I'm already at this level.
right,
Right.
how
Like,
is it going to benefit you?
right?
That's
And
good.
to some extent, working with a Nike or an Adidas, the fact that they reach out to you, it gives you a level of credibility when
Yeah.
these other brands come to approach you.
that
Right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
They're like, dang, if Nike is sending her stuff, then
Mhm.
like people know about her.
yeah,
But I think regardless of the situation, you have to ask yourself, what am I walking away with? Like, how is it benefiting me?
Yeah.
that's true.
It can't always be all about, and especially in your case, like
Yeah,
the person on the other end
Yeah.
with the brand.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Stuff.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah. We emptied the bag on that one.
I got some stuff off my chest.
Right?
This was more of a therapy session.
I
than
think
it was-
so.
I think I'm going to cancel my therapy session this week.
That's it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we
Hey,
good.
get them creatives our essential tissues.
Mhm.
We got you.
Yeah.
We got a whole couch next door. Whenever you're ready, man.
I brought my notebook today, so
And I'll send my invoice afterwards. Because I
Can
know
get
my
a
work.
discount?
We can't get this.
Can I get a discount on the therapy?
I know my work. So I've been in my therapy bag lately.
Come through. It's
So whenever you're
Dr.
ready,
Jones.
just let me know.
Yes,
Ah.
that's good.
Real
that was
quickly, before we leave, what's one thing that inspired you this week?
You can't take my line.
I didn't know if we were going there. I wanted to make sure before we
No, I
wrap
ain't
up.
gonna lie.
It sounded like
You
you was in
forgot.
I
there.
ain't gonna lie, I forgot. I definitely forgot.
Because she's like, well, I think we're done here.
Turn these mics off, lights off. You go. Well, you go first.
Nah, you gotta come back to me.
You go first.
I go last.
You go last. Honestly, this. Oh, like this is the first time the four of us are doing this together. That's what you're gonna say? But
hey, Mark says, well, this, and does like,
we're here. No, this is good. This is cool.
Nah, I
you
like
know,
it. I like the vibe.
So-
The vibe is good.
This is the first time the four of us are doing this together. So, I'm inspired. I'm ready for the next one, and that's it for me. So, Des?
I just want to say I feel honored to be here. I said that before we started recording. Christina's like, just save
Save
that
it for the
until
show.
we
save
start.
it for the show.
But I mean, honestly, I text Christina yesterday and I'm like, were you for real about me being on the podcast? And she's like, yeah. I'm like,
I
thanks,
am
guys.
special.
Yes. So yeah, this is cool. I'm already a fan of the show, so the fact that I can, be on it,
Thanks.
it's dope.
Dope.
Joe,
I'm gonna say for me,
don't you say this.
no.
I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna go with the Snyder cut of Justice League. Now,
Okay.
I didn't see it yet.
I don't know if everybody knows. Just a quick recap: Justice League. Like 4 years ago, Zack Snyder was the original director of that Justice League, but he had a tragedy in his family, so he had to leave the project. So he was able to come back and do his original cut of the movie. And I will say, like, it's pretty cool to see how different the movie is with his original vision of it. And actually, it's actually does it. It makes it quite a bit better than the trash we got.
Better for a DC movie or better like Marvel quality?
I will say this one is probably the closest to Marvel.
Huh.
So you feel it competes?
I don't think it competes with like an Endgame or an Infinity War, but it does make it more watchable. Now it is long because I think originally it was supposed to be like a 2-parter, like but it's like they just decided to put it all together.
How long?
It's 4 hours. It's a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
But because the problem was they had to introduce the characters, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, give them backstory so that you care about them again.
And I can appreciate that.
Yeah. So and like low key, like Cyborg was almost the main character in this movie.
The black
Like,
dude.
yeah. They really went into his story and stuff, and you got to understand why he was so important to the movie.
So here's the thing, DC. If you do it correctly, the movie doesn't have to be 4 hours long.
Yep.
You can introduce the characters individually.
Yep.
So that way when they all come together, we already know them.
Yep.
So
But yeah, that was my inspiration. I loved how they were able to recut it to with essentially the same footage, minus the reshoots from before, and make a completely different, well, better story
4
than
hours.
what was
That's long.
already
I ain't
done.
that committed.
To DC though.
Yeah, but the thing is, they break it up in parts, so it's not like it does.
So it's a
It does
Lifetime
make it a little
movie.
more palatable as far as like it's not like you're just sitting there for.
So
Oh,
this is
gosh.
like the new edition
Yes.
documentary.
Hey, that was actually really
Series.
good. If it is love.
Anything music and bands, Mark is in love. All right,
He
Christina.
went there. He went there. I was giving him his minute. What's inspired me? We've been reading the book Called to Create. I was gonna say Created to Create.
Creators are essential. No,
We've been reading the book Called to Create, and we're right now like in this chapter where it's talking about like why you do what you do and like the motives behind that. Like, are you really in it to like make a bigger name for yourself, or like are you really letting God have like his way in the work that you're doing? And like that for me, it resonates a lot. So just reading that book has been really good for me. And like, well, if you apart from the audience that you may have or the credit that you may get, would you still do what you do? So it was a very thought-provoking,
Yeah, that's good.
piece. So yes, and these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. And you guys,
Oh, this.
that and that is all.
Good stuff.
So yeah, you know what, Des, take us out.
Oh no, I didn't prepare this.
Thank you for coming to the thing. I like to be here. Thank you. Bye.
Follow us on our social media platforms at Creatives
Creatives
Are
are
Essential.
Creatives are important.
What's the name
What's
of
this
our
called
podcast?
again?
The essentials. The essential creatives.
Mark said he's gonna make another page called Essentially Creatives.
Essentially creative. Y'all keep trying me now. Wait,
We gonna kick him out the group,
Right.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Out of
goodness.
everything.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
Sorry.
Thanks for checking us out. Wherever you're listening, whether it's YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all the things, subscribe, leave a comment and like share with a friend if you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram.
Turn up.
We about to start doing some stuff over there. So
Yeah.
make sure you follow us. And then whatever new releases like merch and stuff, which is coming,
You need to be copping.
it's all going to be through Instagram. So follow us on Instagram. And then also if you Don't have any Creatives Are Essential merch yet. You ain't really a part of the squad.
Yeah.
So
Not for real, for real.
ain't
go
For real, for
ahead,
real.
like this lovely shirt and that lovely shirt. They're twins
You
today.
could like
Yeah.
rock it.
They
You
planned
could
it
like do all types of.
I'm
I
just
stay
saying,
repping.
all day.
Yeah, you see?
You know, I'm not today, but it's okay. Go ahead and like pick you up some Creatives Are Essential merch, and yeah,
CreatorsAreEssential.co.
creativesareessential.co.
Cop that.
Not .com. .co.
Co.
C-O.
Couldn't afford the M.
It was taken. All right. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
Oh man, I just caught a cramp.
What?
I had a cramp for the last 5 minutes. That's